Good evening and welcome to OCB Action News. I am Joan Marie Zayas.
And I'm Nick Glott. Here are tonight's headlines. Suspected hate crime and racist murderer Dylan Roof was appointed a federal public defender according to sources. Roof is accused of going into an African-American Methodist church and murdering 9 innocent black men and women by shooting them. After his arrest, he was quoted as saying that his intentions, other than killing random black people, was to start a race war. The state of South Carolina does not have any hate crime laws on the books, but may be looked to be changing that very soon in light of the recent tragedy.
A Cleveland police officer was charged with 2 counts of manslaughter. Michael Brelow, 31, is a Cleveland police officer who was charged with manslaughter in the deaths of Timothy Russell and Melissa Williams. It stems from a 22-minute car chase through Cleveland that ended in gunfire behind a middle school on Cleveland's east side. Common Pleas Judge John O'Donnell has been hearing this case instead of a jury. Brelow is said to have ignored a ceasefire order, jumped on the hood of a stopped and surrounded car, and shot 2 unarmed persons 15 times. Officials said 13 officers fired 137 shots. Brelow fired 49 of those shots. The defense said Brelow and other officers feared for their lives that night and thought that they were being shot at by Williams and Russell. No gun was found in the suspect's car. The defense called Dr. Susan J. Rose, pathologist, who testified that suspects were already dead when Brelow fired from the hood of the car. Brelow has been found not guilty on charges involved in this case.
Former Florida Governor Jeb Bush and New Jersey Governor Chris Christie just announced their spots in the 2016 presidential election. As of right now, Hillary Clinton, Martin O'Malley, and Bernie Sanders are representing the Democrats. Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, Carly Fiorina, Lindsey Graham, Ben Carson, Mike Huckabee, Bobby Jindal, George Pataki, Rick Perry, Rick Santorum, Donald Trump, and Marco Rubio are representing the Republicans. Looking at potential unconfirmed nominees, the Republicans have 16 potential runners while the Democrats have 8. The Republicans seem to be stepping up while Democrats barely have people running. We'll keep you updated as we hear more.
The people of Nepal are still recovering after 2 of the largest earthquakes in the country's history. April 25th, the Gorkha earthquake hit near Kathmandu and Mount Everest, killing nearly 9,000 people and injuring more than 23,000. If that wasn't enough, Mother Nature decided to add more salt to the wound, and another quake hit the Nepali people May 12th. At a magnitude of 7.3, the countries of Nepal, India, Bangladesh, and China, the death toll for the second quake was nowhere near that of the first, but lives of over 200 were lost and more than 3,500 were injured. The aftershock of both quakes caused avalanches on Everest, and that caused death and injuries in the valleys as well. According to geophysicist Amy Vaughn, the May 12th quake is likely a sign that more aftershock is on its way.
Back in April this year, the city of Baltimore was under fire. Just 3 months later, how is the city coping? The crime in Baltimore is rising, but the number of arrests have been dropping by more than 20% in the first 3 months in 2015. It has dropped more sharply after Freddie Gray's death on April 19th. Police morale across the nation has changed dramatically in the wake of several racially charged incidents, including the shooting of unarmed man Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri, followed by a grand jury's decision not to indict NYPD cop in the death of Eric Gardner and Gray while in police custody. Then we as Clevelanders cannot forget the shooting of Tamir Rice and the death of Timothy Russell and Melissa Williams, all by the hands of police. All of this makes the climate more harrowing for officers. The FBI shows that the number of cops killed in line of duty was doubled in 2014 from the year before.
Equality for all is what people are shouting after Supreme Court ruling came out in a 5-4 victory for same-sex marriage. After years of asking for equality and even decades for fighting for civil rights, same-sex couples can now breathe a little bit easier in knowing that their loved ones are recognized the same as opposite-sex couples. The victory cannot have come at a better time than the end of Pride Month, June. Many same-sex couples have already gone to the steps of the courthouse to get legal. Cuyahoga County has prepared for the upswing in marriages, and if the vote was to go in this direction. Rob Rivera and Dan Seifred were the first ones in line for a marriage license on Friday, June 26th.
A massive search continues today for David Sweat, but no longer Richard Matt, as he was shot dead while evading police. These are the two prisoners who busted out of the New York State Penitentiary and have been on the run for 2 weeks. Franklin County Police, along with 1,000 other officers from multiple agencies, have joined in on the hunt. The search is mainly centralized around the town of Belmont, including Mountain View and Owl's Head. As troopers interview people and helicopters fly over, searchers are looking for anything like tracks or leftover food. Police say, if you notice anything suspicious going on, please notify the local authorities right away.
And now here is Anthony with the latest on the court trial surrounding Tamir
12-year-old
Rice.
Tamir Rice was gunned down by Cleveland police officer Timothy Loman. 1 week ago today, Judge Bea Dreen found probable cause that suggests Officer Loman should face murder charges that includes involuntary manslaughter, reckless homicide, negligent homicide, and dereliction of duty. Judge Dreen also found probable cause for charges of negligent homicide and dereliction of duty against Frank Garnbach, partner of Loman. Just days prior to the release of Judge Dreen's opinion, local clergy and activist groups filed affidavits asking the court to find probable cause to arrest the officers. Dreen forwarded his opinion to the city prosecutors and Cuyahoga County prosecutor Tim McGinty. The Rice family attorney Walter Madison called the judge's opinion historic and also added it is an example of the citizens having a direct impact on the justice system.
I don't believe that justice will be served, but I do believe that it will wake up the community and a lot of people will get awareness of the situation because it's been going on not just in Cleveland but everywhere. So I believe that a lot of people will, start opening up their eyes and seeing, but I don't think that the justice for that family will be served.
Well, I can tell you right now, a lot of people didn't trust police before, and they really don't trust them now. It puts a big black mark on the police department, and with all the other things going on in the country, I don't see why anybody should not feel that way.
A lot of people are very, very upset with what's going on and not happy with it. And thank God that, it can be worse. The community can definitely turn everything upside down, but they're not. And a lot of people are being more positive about the situation than negative. So a lot of people are listening and they're starting to do a lot of stuff to, take over and orchestrate and just bring more positive to the community.
The prosecutor's office will review the case and conduct any investigations if necessary, then present the facts to the pros before taking their evidence to the grand jury. This process could take weeks or months. The Rice family is in better spirits today, stating, "We are grateful that the wheels of justice will take its course." This is Anthony Roberson for OCB Action News.
Hawaii voters approved the raise in age of use of tobacco to 21 to help the state's youth from smoking. 71% of voters in Hawaii approved the raise in age and the use and sale of tobacco. It said in studies from the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids, teenagers 15 to 17 are most vulnerable to the addiction of smoking while their brains are still in the developmental stage. This will also help young adults in the future from picking up that habit, which will in turn make for a brighter, healthier state, and will be saving more lives from cancer-causing toxins in tobacco. Coming up after the break, we'll be talking about a standoff in Mansfield that ended in a man's death.
And after that, we'll have the weather. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to OCB Action News. An 11-year-old autistic girl was attacked by older teenagers near her CMHA home on April 27th on East 66th Street in Cleveland. Joyce Swan, the mother of the girl, stated, "I was hurt, I was angry, I was upset, I was mad." She mentioned that her daughter verbally mimics people, therefore she cannot communicate with others, period. According to the Cuyahoga Metropolitan Housing Authority Police Chief, 30-year-old Kalia Harris has been arrested and charged with aggravated rioting in connection with the beating of a girl who has autism. She was urging her daughter to beat her and get her, sources say. There are charges pending for the juveniles involved in an altercation.
The legalization of marijuana in Ohio may hit the ballot this November. If 1,000 signatures are compiled, one proposal that may make the ballot would treat marijuana as alcohol. It would be tax regulated, and persons over 21 years of age would be able to purchase it. The state is only granting 10 designated locations to manufacture and sell the hippie lettuce. While most marijuana will be grown in the traditional manner outdoors, indoor cannabis production will be allowed for those who desire year-round consumption.
Amanda Berry, Gina DeJesus, and Michelle Knight captivated the world 2 years ago with their daring escape from a home on Cleveland's west side. Now Amanda and Gina have written a book that tells of their time being held by Ariel Castro. The book is entitled Hope, A Memoir's Survival in Cleveland. Berry and DeJesus became close friends after those 10 years in captivity. They are now coming forward with how they got through everything together. Berry, now 29, and DeJesus, now 25, share thoughts and feelings you could only imagine. All their thoughts and feelings from the journals they've kept locked away, they have put those now in the book. You can purchase your copy of this riveting story online or at your local bookstore. Our own Jo Marie was out in the field this week, and here she is with the latest on the Interbelt Bridge construction.
It's hard to see what a $273 million bridge will look like, but that is exactly what is on the works right behind me here on Abbey Avenue.
The Cleveland Interbelt Modernization Plan's main focus is on improving the safety, reducing congestion, traffic delays, and modernizing travel on interstates along I-71, I-77, and I-90 through downtown Cleveland. This plan will improve the Interbelt's freeway system by meeting the transportation needs of Northeast Ohio. Currently, while driving over the new westbound George V. Voinovich Bridge, you can see firsthand of the progress being made on the eastbound bridge slated to open fall of 2016. This massive project will have a total of 13 piers, 11 of them on the east side of the Cuyahoga River, and the other 2 on the west side of the river. Both ends require different foundational structures to be able to be built upon. The work will start at Pier 8, which was the first area cleared after the implosion of the old Interbelt Bridge. Both bridges, the westbound bridge, which opened November 2013, and the eastbound bridge are slightly lower than the old bridge. The height was brought down about 10 feet to give drivers a better view of the downtown skyline as they cross over the river.
The old I-90 bridge was the largest in Ohio when it was made in 1959, carrying 4 lanes of traffic in each direction. The new bridge will have 5 lanes in each direction. This is Jo Marie Zayas, OCB Action News.
A Mansfield man dies after a shootout that took place within his residence. The incident started around 8:30 a.m. when a Columbia Gas employee knocked on David Parker's door and Parker pulled out a gun on the worker and the standoff began. It is reported that 22 shots were fired throughout the day, reportedly at the SWAT enforcement, which resulted in the damage of 2 of their vehicles. Later that evening, the police blew his door down using robots to enter the residence, but Parker shot and disabled them. Around 11:30 the following day, Parker opened fire on a sniper from the State Highway Patrol. The sniper returned fire, striking Parker and killing him. Efforts were made to contact his brother who lives in the Philippines. Those efforts failed. The law director, Bambal, stated that matters would be investigated by all appropriate authorities. Neighbors said that Parker was a survivalist and a doomsday prepper.
The locally founded Jenny's Splendid Ice Creams has closed down again due to another listeria finding. Back in April, the Columbus-grown company recalled tons of ice cream and closed their scoop shops after listeria was detected in their facilities. After countless tests, they resumed production in May, but stated with complete confidence, all of the ice cream that has been served in our shops since reopened on May 22nd has been safe and is 100% listeria-free. $2.5 million worth of ice cream was destroyed in April after the first finding. Listeria is a bacteria that causes fever, vomiting, and weakness and can be quite serious for the children and the elderly.
City workers are found taking 2-hour breaks while they should be filling potholes. City Council met to talk about the amount of downtime there is in between the time the last of the asphalt on the truck is used until the next shipment comes. City workers were working for an hour, then waited around for hot asphalt to arrive. At times, this could take up to 2 or more hours. The Department of Public Works assures that new changes and solutions are being made. So far, the feedback from council members has been positive. Some of those solutions include possibly having a separate department for street crews whose sole purpose would be to deliver asphalt. The Director of Public Works states taxpayers should see changes and can be with peace of mind that their tax dollars are not being wasted. After a short break, we'll be right back with the 5-day forecast from Anthony Roberson.
Don't miss our sports report as well, coming up after this.
Welcome back to OCB Action News. The death toll rises again as Texas floodwaters bring the total to 24 deaths and 11 more missing. The downpour has inundated a state that until recently was suffering a severe drought. Swelled rivers and lakes may not recede to normal levels until late July. To make matters much worse, first responders say people have been going around barricades to take pictures of floodwaters. Those people are only endangering themselves and stretching thin the first responders' resources, says Dallas County Judge Clay Jenkins.
And now, here's our own Anthony Roberson with the 5-day forecast.
Thank you.
And our 5-day forecast looks as this. The temps right now, Cleveland is 80 degrees, and Mentor and Ashtabula and those cities like that are in the upper 70s, so they're doing well. On this side over here, we have, oh, they're gone, I'm sorry. High today was 82 degrees. Normal's about like 78, and the record is 96 degrees. That was in 1944, and you can see on this side our record low was 41 in 1950. Coming over from the west, you can see that we've got pressure coming and thunderstorms and rain coming from Illinois and Indiana. Is going to be messy, so prepare for that. Our evening forecast, we have 77 degrees at 7 o'clock. 9 o'clock, about 73 degrees, and midnight it'll be about 63 degrees, so good sleeping weather, not too bad. Tomorrow, 71 degrees in Cleveland, 82 in Columbus, 88 in Indianapolis. Hot, it's going to be hot everywhere. Thursday will be 84, Pittsburgh 83. The high will be, as you can see, in St. Louis, it was 97. It's very muggy, very sticky right now, so just kind of bear with it. It'll be all over soon. Just try and, do what you can to keep cool. Tonight, thunderstorms, heavy rain, a low of 65. It's still good sleeping weather. You can still keep your window open and sleep fine. Maybe the rain showers will put you to sleep. I know it helps me, but we'll have some rain and some thunder, so be watching out for that. Tomorrow morning drizzle. We have a high of 71 and some clouds, and just prepare for clouds and rain in the morning. Boaters and people going out on the lake, waves are about 1 to 3 feet. Wind is about 17 miles an hour, so be cautious. Tomorrow, here's the 7-day forecast. You got 71 and 84 for the next 2 days, but the major days are Saturday and Sunday. And on through Monday and Tuesday, we've got no rain, a little bit of clouds here and there, but it's going to be warm, it's going to be nice. And so, just get out there and enjoy it. That's your 7-day forecast. I'm Anthony Roberson. Back to Jomi and Nick.
Thanks, Anthony, for that weather update. Stay tuned for a heartwarming story of a World War II veteran that makes an unlikely move. All that and more right after this.
Welcome back to OCB Action News. And now our own Anthony Roberson. Not only is he doing the weather, but he's doing the sports. Check him out right now.
Thank you two guys. You're so lovely. Well, as you guys know, the Cavaliers have some free agents to re-sign. The biggest being LeBron James, which no one believes is going anywhere. So the Cavs put their focus onto other important pieces of the championship puzzle. Kevin Love is the first to re-sign, inking a 5-year, $110 million deal. Then owner Dan Gilbert re-signs free agent Iman Shumpert to a 4-year, $40 million deal. Tristan Thompson was reportedly offered a 5-year, $80 million deal, but has not yet agreed to terms. I got to tell you guys, the Cavaliers front office is doing everything they can to keep this championship level team together for many years to come. And on to Indians news. After being shut out 2 games in a row, and Terry Francona getting the boot in the second game of a doubleheader on Sunday, the Indians look like they hit bottom. And they called a team-only meeting, a players' closed-door meeting to get their house in order. Well, whatever was said seems to have worked. The Indians have now won 4 straight and improved their record to 37-41. The Indians, coming off a sweep of the Tampa Bay Rays, now go to Pittsburgh to do a little interleague action with the Pirates. And as it stands, the Indians are now just 3 games in the loss column behind the Toronto Blue Jays for that second wild card spot. So let's go Tribe. Let's see if we can pull it out. Also, in Cleveland Browns news, the Cleveland Browns recently finished up OTAs, and with the new additions of their first-round picks, Danny Shelton and Cameron Irving, the Browns now feel that they have a strong line on both sides of the balls. And Coach Mike Pettin feels that this year competition will be much healthier as opposed to last year. Also, with the addition of Terrell Pryor, the Browns now feel that they have, and I quote, that he can give them more versatility and more, just more sneakiness, if you will, on the offensive side of the ball. This upcoming season, the Browns start their season September 13th on Sunday against an AFC East opponent, the New York Jets. So let's go Browns. And finally, in NASCAR, on Tuesday, NASCAR announced its support for Governor Nikki Haley's bid to remove the Confederate flag from the South Carolina State House. This is in lieu of the mass killing of 9 innocent black men and women at a not a Catholic, but a black church in Charleston, and they wanted the flag to be taken off. So off anything doing with NASCAR, I quote, "We join NASCAR in support of Governor Haley's position on the Confederate flag," ISC President John Saunders said in a statement. ISC strives to ensure all fans are welcome to enjoy our events and maintain an inclusive environment in our facilities. Well, that about says it for the ISC and Governor Haley. That is it for sports. I am Anthony Roberson. Back to you, Jomi and Nick.
Now to end your day with a smile, 89-year-old World War II veteran Brian Sperry scores a touchdown during the University of Kansas alumni football game. Sperry received a toss at the 40-yard line, and with the help of his defender, he ran the football for a touchdown. Sperry played for KU in 1946 and was a player in the 1948 Orange Bowl.
Wow, look at him go, man. Yeah. He is not playing.
Definitely
awesome.
Man. 89 years old.
Man, he can still be on the team right now. I see it, man. He fits the jersey perfect, man.
Oh, look at him go.
Look at him. He is
that's
go-
awesome.
Oh, my God. That's a good story, man.
That's awesome.
I'm happy for
Absolutely.
him, man. Wow.
Who would have thought you can still move that like that at 89?
You, man. He got that mobile. He got that agility.
I hope I got
I'm trusting
that.
his 40 speed, too.
I hope I get that at 89.
Exactly. But on behalf of OCB Action News, I am Nicholas Lott.
And I am Joe Marie Zayas.
We thank you guys for your time. We appreciate you. We're having a great night. Be safe.